of Bloom Finance has released its 2025 Aging and Affordability Insights Benchmark report this morning, exploring how Ontario seniors are navigating rising costs of living, supporting their families, and protecting retirement funds.
Joining us live this morning for more on this is Ben McCabe, founder and CEO of Bloom Finance. Ben, these are some interesting numbers here. You know, you're talking about people 55 plus here, kind of caught in part of the sandwich generation, being split on where their money's going. And this is really having an impact on retirement. So if you could sort of highlight some of those key findings for us in terms of, you know, how people are sort of trying to manipulate their finances to stay afloat in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we found is that over half of Canadian seniors are feeling financially stressed. They're feeling they don't have enough savings to last them through retirement comfortably. You know, less than 10% of seniors saying they feel very comfortable with their retirement finances. And that's anxiety is really driven from two sources. Number one is the rising cost of living that's really pinching all of us over the last few years. The second one is a sense of obligation that a lot of seniors have to support their younger loved ones, their kids and their grandkids, who are really struggling in today's economy.
Yeah, and this study points out that more than a third of Ontarians who are grandparents and parents who are supporting their families and loved ones, they're spending a whopping 70% of their money to help with things like everyday costs, groceries, rent, day-to-day essentials.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the things that we anticipated as we went out with this survey was that for older Canadians who are helping their kids and grandkids, perhaps it would be one time, right? Perhaps helping with a down payment on a home, just given how hard it is to get into the housing market these days. But to your point, you know, 70% of those who are supporting their kids and grandkids say, hey, we're just helping with groceries, with clothing, with bills, which is actually up from last year. It's only about 55% last year. So that is concerning.
So, yeah, I mean, this sort of classically defined as like the bank of mom and dad in many cases. So mom and dad now, Ben, according to your findings in this study, are now turning back into the workforce to try to either boost their ability to help or boost their ability just to fund their lives.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, obviously, this money needs to come from somewhere. You know, 2/3 of respondents saying, hey, look, I'm cutting back on my own retirement planning, my retirement dreams. I'm traveling less. I'm doing less of the things that I thought I'd be doing in retirement. And 1/3 are actually saying, look, I need to go back to work. I just simply don't have enough money. I'm not going to have enough money. There's too many strains on my resources, and I need to get back in the workforce and earn more.
Yeah, and, you know, more than half of these Ontarians say that they are concerned about their retirement plans, some even postponing it to take on part-time jobs or, you know, what you never want to do, kind of downsize your living situation to accommodate that.
Yeah, and certainly downsizing is something that a lot of people are considering, and it's the classic sort of it's a classic suggestion, right? That okay, you have a large single family home, you know, that home probably has accrued a lot of value over the last 3-4 decades that most seniors have owned their homes, and that can be a really powerful solution for a lot of people. If you're comfortable moving out of that home, perhaps moving into a condo, or moving into a smaller market, you can perhaps free up some of that equity in your home and use that to help fund retirement living. But for a lot of folks, that's just not necessarily a viable solution. It's not just a numbers and cents question, right? It is people love their homes. People's homes are in their neighborhoods, close to friends, family, their activities. So it's not always as simple as just what shows up on a spreadsheet.
Yeah, I mean, homes are connected to so many intangible things that it's hard. Like you said, it's not just like the dollars and cents of it all. Ben, the other thing here too is when you take a look at seniors, many of them are grandparents, many of them want to be generous when it comes to the holidays. But even they're saying that this year, the way life is going, the way things are becoming less affordable, they may be cutting back when it comes to gifts, etc.
Yeah, as we look forward to the holiday season, obviously that's a time of year that creates even more financial strain for people. It's a spike in the cost that people incur, whether that's because of travel, whether that's because of gift giving. And what we're seeing from the survey is yes, that more seniors are saying, hey, look, I was spending more than $1,000 in the holiday season, and significantly thinking about curtailing that holiday spending as we round into the end of the year.
Okay, not a promising picture that is being painted here. Ben McCabe, founder and CEO of Bloom Finance, thanks so much for your time and insight into this report.
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you.